Good afternoon. I am Dr. Manish Jain. I am Assistant Professor in Department of the Plastic Surgery, Mahatma Gandhi University of Medical Science. In today's class, we will discuss about the skin graft. So, what is basically first we need to understand what is a graft. A graft is the transfer of one tissue from the one part of the body to another without its own blood supply. That means we have to detach all the blood supply from a tissue and then it's placed in a new area of body from where it gets its own new blood supply. And beside this, what is the flap? Flap is a tissue for the reconstruction in which we transfer the tissue with its own blood supply. We are not going to detach blood supply in flap, but in graft we are going to detach blood supply. So commonly there are many type of the graft used in the plastic surgery. The most common one is the skin graft. Beside this, we can also use the bone graft, nerve graft, vein graft and cartilage graft. But the most commonly used graft is the skin graft. So we will discuss about the skin graft here only. Now classification of the graft according to the most commonly the graft used is the autologous graft, in which we use the graft from the same person, means from the body of person. Other is the homograft, in which we use the transfer within the species, but they are genetically different. In the xenograft, it is taken from the different species. First, we need to understand about the anatomy of the skin. Broadly, we divide the skin into the two layer. One is epidermis and the dermis. The dermis constitute the major part of the skin, which is about 90%, and the epidermis is about 10%. These are the thickness of the epidermis and dermis. Epidermis is further divided into the many layers, 5 layers, which start from the stratum basal, from below to above, spongiosum, granulosum, lucidium and corneum, and dermis into the papillary and the reticular dermis. Now we need to know about the blood supply of the skin. There are many plexus present in the skin, subepidermal, subdermal, and which get supply from the various perforator, which are coming from the main axial vessels, either in the subcutaneous or in the musculocutaneous form. The other type of the skin graft broadly divided into the two types: the split thickness and the full thickness. The difference is between the two graft is the composition of the skin. In the split thickness, we have to take the dermis and the part of the epidermis and the part of the dermis, while in the full thickness we have to take whole of the epidermis and the dermis. So split thickness contain partial dermis. Now the split thickness is further divided, also known as the Thayer's graft, is further divided into the thin, medium and the thick split thickness, depend on the amount of the dermis present in the graft, and the depend on the thickness, which is 0.008 to 0.012 inch to the 0.30. These are various layers of the skin: epidermis, dermis and the subcutaneous tissue. You can see the various plexus present there. There are subepidermal plexus and the subdermal plexus. They are the perforator which supplying to the supply to the skin. There are various indications. We have broadly various indications of application of the skin graft in the plastic surgery. Any traumatic wound which not devoid of their periosteum, perichondrium, and after oncosurgical resection, burn reconstruction, after contracture of the release, the remaining area can be grafted with the skin graft. Various congenital deformity like skin syndactyly and ectasia, vitiligo, nipple areola reconstruction. There are various donor area, depend on the type of the graft we are taken. If we are going to take the split thickness skin graft, the most common site is thigh, but we can also take it from the abdomen, from the arm and legs also. But in the case of the full thickness, we need to take it from the area which can be closed primarily, which is most common area is of groin. We can see the groin area, the supraclavicular, postauricular, these are region from we are taken full thickness graft. before placing the skin graft, first the pre-requirement, one is the most important one is the preparation of the wound bed. Until unless we have the good wound bed, the graft will not be take up if the wound bed is not clean. So we have to free the wound by the necrotic tissue. The bacterial load should be below 1 lakh per centimeter square. We have to debride thoroughly the wound, do dressing according to the type of the wound, and placement of the VAC device. If we need to, if they expose cartilage or bone was there. The evolution of there are various instruments which used for the skin graft. The Blair skin grafting knife, Humvee skin graft. This is most commonly used for the Boardman skin grafting knife, Braithwaite, Watson skin grafting knife. Beside the previously described the skin grafting handle, there are various power dermatomes, drum dermatomes are also used for the skin grafting harvesting. Meshing, one of the part of the skin graft is meshing in the split thickness, which is most commonly used. There are two indications for the meshing. One is to increase the surface area of the skin graft, so we can apply the skin graft over to the large area. And also the meshing can also be done to evacuate the underlying collection, which in the form of the blood or in the other serious discharge. So meshing is can be done by the blades and by the various devices we can also be used for the meshing, in which graft can be expanded in the up to the 9 times of the original area. The contracture is also directly proportional to the graft expansion. This is the Brennan skin grafting measure. The advantage. What is the advantage of the meshing? Is the better take and cover wide surface, as I already told you. There are various disadvantages, like cosmetic is very poor in the meshing graft as compared to the unmeshed, and the contracture. The split thickness skin graft donor site dressing usually heal to the 3 weeks. And dressing of the donor site can be done by the fine mesh gauze, which can be impregnated with the lubricant and antibiotic. There are various other dressing also can be used by membrane, bio-occlusive, allograft. There are various alginate dressing, amniotic membrane dressing can be used. Graft placement and the dressing. Graft usually fixed by the staples or with the help of the suture, so that shear force will not act and the graft will take properly. So dressing can be done with the form of the Bactigras zero form. There are various dressing which can be used: Tefla, petroleum gauze, VAC dressing. Immobilization is also part of the most important part in the skin grafting, so that the graft cannot be torn off, or the shear force will not, which can be done by the tile overdressing. Sometimes we use the slab, so that the part above and below the area will not be moved. Tie overdressing can be done in the form of the bolster. Advantage, they are minimized because of compression. The hematoma can be minimized. Hematoma and seroma formation prevent shearing of the graft also. There are various phases for the skin grafting take. One is the first three, mainly divided into 3 phases. One is the plasmatic imbibition, which is for up to the 48 hours. Second phase is inosculation, in which the vessels align to each other. And the third phase is the new vascularization, which start after the 3 to 5 days of the graft. Okay, so these are the various processes. These are various factors which are affecting the graft uptake. So now we conclude. This is the topic which we cover in the skin graft. In the next classes we will discuss about the flaps, the various type of the flaps, how the flap is working, the various classifications of flap. Okay, thank you.